Chernobyl Unveiled, the deep dive into humanity's nuclear nightmare. Chernobyl stands as a milestone in history, marking the worst nuclear disaster the world has ever seen. Its significance lies not only in the immediate devastation, but also in the lasting impact on nuclear safety and energy policy worldwide. Before the catastrophe at Chernobyl, nuclear power was on the rise, hailed as a clean, efficient source of energy. Countries around the globe were investing heavily in nuclear technology, envisioning a future powered by atoms. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant, with its RBMK reactors, was a testament to the Soviet Union's ambitions in nuclear power. Designed more for economic efficiency than safety, its operation involved a delicate balance, fraught with potential dangers. In the lead-up to the disaster, a series of critical moments unfolded. Mishandled tests, ignored safety protocols, and design flaws set the stage for catastrophe. Each decision brought the reactor closer to the brink of disaster. On the night of April 26, 1986, Chernobyl's reactor number 4 exploded, unleashing a nightmare. The minute-by-minute account of the explosion paints a harrowing picture of confusion, bravery, and a desperate struggle against an invisible enemy. The immediate aftermath of the Chernobyl disaster saw firefighters and plant workers thrust into a battle against an invisible enemy. Risking their lives, they tackled the inferno without adequate protective gear, unaware of the lethal radiation levels. As the reactor smoldered, radioactive materials began their silent spread. A cocktail of dangerous isotopes, including iodine-131 and cesium-137, were released into the atmosphere. This invisible cloud of death would have far-reaching consequences, contaminating vast areas. The Soviet government's initial response was shrouded in secrecy. Delayed evacuations and downplayed dangers characterized the early hours and days. Yet behind the scenes, a massive mobilization began, aimed at containing the disaster and mitigating its impacts. Pripyat, the town closest to the power plant, woke to an evacuation order on April 27th, a day after the explosion. With buses lined up, residents left their homes with few belongings, believing the move to be temporary. The reality was far grimmer. Word of the disaster slowly permeated the Iron Curtain, sparking international concern and criticism. The initial downplaying of the event by Soviet authorities did little to quell the growing alarm across the globe as the true scale of the catastrophe unfolded. In the aftermath of the Chernobyl disaster, a monumental effort was undertaken to encase the reactor in a concrete and steel structure known as the sarcophagus. This mammoth task aimed to contain the spread of radioactive materials, yet it was fraught with challenges. Workers faced extreme radiation levels, necessitating rapid construction under perilous conditions to shield the environment from further contamination. The release of radioactive isotopes from Chernobyl was unprecedented, spreading across continents. Key isotopes such as iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90 entered natural cycles, affecting land, water, and air. The sheer scale of this contamination posed a daunting challenge for cleanup and mitigation efforts, highlighting the complexity of dealing with nuclear fallout. The Soviet government's initial response to the Chernobyl disaster was shrouded in secrecy. Critical hours and days passed before the full extent of the crisis was acknowledged, delaying evacuation efforts and exposing populations to higher levels of radiation. This response was criticized globally, sparking debates on transparency and safety in nuclear energy. Evacuation efforts in Pripyat and surrounding areas were marked by confusion and fear. Residents, with little understanding of the grave danger, were given only hours to evacuate, leaving behind their homes and possessions. This rapid displacement created a haunting landscape of abandoned communities and a profound human tragedy. The bravery displayed by firefighters and plant workers in the immediate aftermath of the explosion remains a testament to human courage. Facing lethal radiation levels, these individuals fought to contain the disaster, many paying the ultimate price. Their sacrifice is a poignant reminder of the risks inherent in harnessing nuclear power. The long-term cleanup efforts at Chernobyl have been monumental, involving thousands of workers, innovative decontamination techniques, and the construction of a massive new safe confinement structure to encase the original sarcophagus. These efforts aim to secure the site and prevent further radioactive release. Following the disaster, nuclear safety standards and policies underwent significant global scrutiny and reform. The tragedy at Chernobyl served as a grim reminder of the potential consequences of nuclear power, leading to more rigorous safety protocols and international cooperation in nuclear oversight. Survivors of Chernobyl embody resilience and recovery amidst tragedy. Their stories, ranging from plant workers to evacuated residents, highlight the human capacity to adapt and rebuild. These personal tales add a deeply human element to the disaster's history. Today, Chernobyl attracts tourists, scientists, and nature enthusiasts intrigued by its paradoxical legacy. The exclusion zone, once a place of tragedy, now serves as a unique research area for wildlife resurgence and the study of radiation's long-term effects on ecosystems. The lessons learned from Chernobyl have profoundly impacted global perspectives on nuclear energy, emphasizing the importance of safety, transparency, and preparedness. The disaster's legacy continues to influence debates on the role of nuclear power in our energy future. The cultural and media portrayal of Chernobyl has significantly shaped public perception of the disaster and nuclear energy as a whole. From harrowing documentaries to gripping dramatizations, these narratives have brought the events of April 1986 to a global audience, highlighting the human stories behind the tragedy. This portrayal has not only served as a memorial to the victims, but also as a powerful educational tool, fostering a deeper understanding of the disaster's impact. The ongoing legacy of Chernobyl stands as a stark reminder of the potential perils associated with nuclear energy when not managed with the utmost care. Its place in history is secured not just by the magnitude of the disaster, but by the lessons it has taught the world. These lessons have led to significant changes in safety standards and perspectives on nuclear energy, ensuring that the memories and sacrifices of those affected continue to influence future generations.